Hello everyone and welcome back to Totally Accurate Battle Simulator, and today we're going to be returning to the New World. So we're going back to the Aztecs, and this time I finally decided to go around and make a proper Conquistador faction, or at least as best as I can, without, cannons and all that available in the unit creator, because I really don't want to go fiddling with game files for half an hour just to get a cannon working. So yeah, no cannons this time. However, we do have my own custom conquistadors now, instead of just the base game Renaissance units. So first of all, I'll go over the Aztecs here. We've got some regular Aztec warriors. They're having to wear these chicken type suits because there's no like eagle feathers and like all of that. So yeah, these are just regular Aztec warriors. We've got some larger clubbers, using a two-handed obsidian tooth club, the same as, well, all the other Aztecs. They've got some various gold on them. All of the Aztecs here have got a lot of gold, because that's what the New World was known for, wasn't it, back in those days. So yeah, these guys, they've just got a lot of gold on them. They're not wearing a lot, but they do have a giant, big old club, and they also have a bit more health than a regular clubber. We've then got some standard bearers, which are going to help the Aztecs rush the Spanish. And then right at the back we've got 7 Jaguar warriors, the elite warriors of the Aztecs. So we've just got these guys at the back coming to hopefully deal the final blow to the Spanish. Talking of the Spanish, we've got the Conquistadors over here. We've got a variety of Conquistadors. We have got some simple swordsmen. This guy's very tall with a very long neck. Don't know why he's got such a long neck. He is, however, standing a little bit on a rock, so that explains his height. But yeah, these guys, they've got rapiers. They're the best I could do for a sword. I didn't want to use any of the other swords, they just didn't quite look right, so these guys with the rapiers, they seem to look the best, I feel. So yeah, we've got a bunch of these guys wearing their conquistador helmets, and the Conquistador armor, basically just the Renaissance armor rehashed and mixed together. Behind them we've got some halberdiers, just big old pole arms. So these guys are more lightly armored than the swordsmen, or indeed the dismounted knights behind them, but they're close enough. They all do. Their halberds will do a bunch of damage, no doubt, and be rather useful. Behind them we've got some dismounted Spanish knights, or Castilian knights even. They've got a red and white shield to go for the Castilian red cross on the white background. And these guys, basing them off of a couple of pictures that I found, so they're only armoured from the torso up, well, waist up rather. But they do have a bunch of armour on them still. They're about as tough as an English or French knight from my other medieval factions, for comparison, because that's what I used for their stats. But yeah, these guys should hopefully be useful against the Aztecs. And then behind them we've got a standard bearer. He's also got a red and white banner to represent the flag of Castile. Obviously we can't do custom flags, so as it is, this will have to do, but it still works well enough. And then right behind them we have got the, well, main attraction of the Conquistadors. We've got 6 crossbowmen, along with 7 arquebuses. So these guys will fire slower than the line infantry of my other factions. However, they do fire slightly quicker than the matchlock Ashigaru from my Japanese faction. So they're a sort of bit in the middle. They're relatively expensive in comparison to the other things. As you can see, 250 compared to 150 for the crossbowmen, and then 130 for the knight. So they are relatively expensive, but hopefully the piercing of the firearms will kill off some of the Aztecs before they reach the Spanish lines. And then yeah, the crossbowmen are going to be slightly shorter range. However, they should still hopefully be useful firing over the top against the Aztecs. So that's what we've got going on right now. We've got 44 Spanish conquistadors compared to 44 Aztec warriors compared to the 35 Spanish conquistadors, because I swapped the lines over. Because I just felt like it this time. I just felt like crossing the lines over. So yeah, Aztecs on this side, Spanish conquistadors on this side. The The points, I mean, the Spanish do have less units, but they're about the same in cost price. But yeah, hopefully we'll see how well this goes. In real life, obviously, even though the Spanish conquistadors were greatly outnumbered, they had European diseases to help them for the most part, as well as the modern tactics, but you can't quite represent the modern tactics that they used against the Aztecs here in Tab, so as it is, I'm expecting the Aztecs will probably win this one, but let's see just how well it goes. So, the Spanish are obviously going to hold, the arquebuses are going to fire, there they go, as well as the crossbowmen actually. The arquebuses taken down, that's a large swathe of the Aztecs taken down by the arquebuses. I was not expecting that many to be taken down. That's a good chunk of their first force there taken down. Then obviously the crossbowmen are coming in later on. They're really trying to kill off this warrior. He's got 2 crossbows which probably shouldn't be stopped by his shield there that have been stopped. That's just the tabs hitboxes for you. In go the swordsman, running in against the clubbers, and the clubbers obviously fighting back. In go the knights and the halberdiers, hoping to hold the line so that the Spanish ranged units can reload in time, but we can see that some conquistadors have gone down there. As we can see there goes one of the halberdiers, I think, actually. Yeah, all of the swordsmen are basically dying. We've still got a couple of knights holding on. We've still actually got all of the knights currently. We'll have to see how well that lasts. We've got a swordsman here charging him. Obviously clubbers for the Aztecs are going to be doing a lot of the work, but it looks like they have actually managed to clean up this side quite nicely, which means that the Conquistador reinforcements are going to be coming in here, and they're actually doing quite a number on the Aztecs. I'm surprised. I thought in melee combat against the smaller Spanish force here, the Aztecs would have had it, but no. It looks like the Spanish are really using that modern European technology and armour to their advantage against the more thinly armoured Aztecs. As we can see, a clubber here trying to fight off a knight. As we've got another clubber there. Sorry, a warrior taking down the Castilian banner bearer. So yeah, no more banner bearing for them. But in comes the Jaguar warriors, tangling with the knights. The knights are really holding it for the Spanish here. As we've got crossbowman. I think he just headshot one of the Jaguar warriors. Very nice there. The crossbowmen are starting to reload. Obviously, the arquebuses are not quite reloaded yet. So the crossbowmen are going to be able to... This clubber's still alive. Point blank crossbow bolt. Very nearly pierced through. Very nearly pierced through the shield there. And the warrior takes out a knight. That's the... Oh no, they have actually had some knight casualties. But yeah, there goes one of the knights. But no, looks like the halberdier there managed to take out that warrior. We've got the last few knights here, trying to hold them back. We just lost one of them. I mean, they are doing quite well. Out of the 7 Jaguar warriors that started off here, arquebuser just pierced through that guy. The arquebusers have actually now reloaded, so yeah, of the original Jaguar warriors, we've only got 2 left. There were 3 before the arquebusers came back into play. Knight here, trying his best, but nope, the arquebusers managed to reload in time, and yeah, really did a number there on the Jaguar warriors. So that's, yeah, that was a win. That was a victory for the Conquistadors. I'm surprised. It was a narrow victory, I do have to say. Out of the original melee units that were left here, there's only... is this guy still alive? Or is he? No, he's dead. Out of the original melee units for the Conquistadors, only 2 of them are alive. A knight and one of the halberdiers. Obviously, all of the ranged units for the Conquistadors are still alive. The arquebusers and the crossbowmen. And the arquebusers were definitely useful. I mean, just look at this. Look at this chunk of the Aztec force that was taken out far before the front Conquistador lines. Yeah, the arquebusers really were very useful. I was not honestly, I was not expecting the Conquistadors to win this. I was not expecting the Conquistadors to win this fight. I fully expected their front lines to die, and the remaining Aztec force to sweep in and kill off these ranged units. But no, the front line's held, mostly in part, I think, due to the knights. I think the knights probably helped them out a lot. Oh, we've actually got 2 knights. One guy's back here. He got flung away at some point. Yeah, so we've actually got 2 knights. 2 knights and a halberdier still alive for the Conquistadors. Yeah, was not expecting that, but there's a result for the 1-0 to the Spanish. So let's give the Aztecs some backup, shall we? By the way, I'm not going to spawn a blow darter. The blow darts do not work. I think. No, I did spawn one very early on when I was actually setting up the Aztecs, but the blow darters do not work. Unfortunately, they still haven't fixed it, which is just the teams then. So here's what I've done for the next round. I've given the Aztecs a load more clubbers right here, and I've also given them some ranged units at the back. I have given them some archers and some spear throwers, so they actually have some sort of ranged support against the Conquistadors, which was probably not working in their favour, but I did do it in the first battle just to see what happened, and without ranged units the Conquistadors did manage to win. Not sure how useful these ranged units are going to be, considering that the knights do have the block ability, the same as my Romans, you know, the other knights, hoplites, etc, etc. So the knights can actually block projectiles, which may or may not help them in this case. But yeah, basically just I'll load more warriors. So the Aztecs sort of force has nearly doubled in number. As for the Conquistadors, I've still kept them with far less units. They're outnumbered by about 1.5 to 1, perhaps. For the front line, I've given them some more knights, so they've got 7 more knights at the front, and then behind them, I've given them another 6 arquebuses, so they have got nearly 2 full rows of arquebuses back here, and I didn't give them any more crossbows, and I didn't really give them any more melee units. So this time the Conquistadors should lose, even though they do have more arquebuses. I do not think that'll help them as much. Here you can see 48 Spanish Conquistadors to 78 Aztecs. They're outnumbered by 30 men. 30 men for the Aztecs compared to the Conquistadors, and the Aztecs do have a higher cost. So yeah, let's see how well this battle goes for them. So the Aztecs are obviously going to run in again. The arquebuses are going to fire. That's taken down. Oh, that's actually taken down a fair chunk. It didn't look like too much, but now that the bodies are actually falling to the ground, that's a decent chunk of warriors that have been taken down. We've got the bowmen going in for the Aztecs. Obviously, the spear throwers are not going to be in play yet. The knights charging forwards a little bit too early, but they do have the knight charge ability. In goes all of the rest of the Conquistadors now going. Getting a massive pile up going in here. We've got the knights at the back obviously going to be trying to reach forwards, and the halberdiers going to be trying to use their longer ranged pole arms to, well, do something. In go the first spear throwers. The jaguar warriors as well are going to be pushing through the rear lines here. Looks like actually some of the two of the spear throwers were actually killed off by arquebuser shots that first volley. As for the Spanish front line, pretty collapsed. We've got one halberdier here trying to fight off against 2 warriors and a clubber, which is not helping him. Oh, knight just got bashed in the head there, but it looks like his thicker plate armor managed to save him from that hit. Oh, clubber jumped up there. Looks like for the most part it's just the knights holding off back here. I mean, oh, down goes one of the knights to a clubber there. Very unfortunate. But yeah, the knights, obviously the higher health, they've got more armor. They do have the shield as well, so they are going to be the unit with the most longevity for the Conquistadors here. Oh, looks like the Aztecs have just cut down the flag bearer, and we've also got a warrior here. Both the warriors actually running into the back lines here, going for the crossbowmen, which has distracted the arquebuses, even though they have not yet reloaded. The crossbowmen have. The remaining Aztecs, yeah, they're just clearing up the last few remaining Conquistador knights that are proving a little bit problematic to them. There's one of them over here, buried under some bodies. I think there's another one under here as well. There's also this guy here, still doing it. There's two of them actually, still here, trying their best to secure New Spain. Looks like the two warriors over here, yep, they're still fine. We've got the crossbowmen as well, firing into the melee here, which is really what the arquebuses should be doing. Looks like this guy, when he's reloaded, is going to. Looks like the arquebuses have actually now reloaded, or started to reload, so hopefully off down goes one of the warriors, and that actually took out the other one. Okay, the arquebuses have managed to secure their flank, without wasting too many of their shots on the warriors, which means that they can now turn their attention back to supporting their remaining comrades. Oof, yep, nice shot there, and again, yep, starting to get some nice volleys in of arquebus fire, really cutting down the big blob of Aztec warriors that are left here. Looks like all of the arquebuses, except for two of them, have actually fired now. They're starting to target the ranged units at the back, but again the archers as well. Oh, now that they've managed to finish off the last remaining knight, they're coming for the arquebuses, but just got shot right in the face. But there was some nice arquebuser shots here, taking out the Jaguar warriors here. There is still some Jaguar warriors left here, as well as a couple of regular warriors as well. Yeah, now all of the ranged units are starting to move forwards. The arquebuses are starting to move back, which means that they are going to end up falling in the water eventually. Where are the crossbowmen? Oh, the crossbowmen are back here. Yeah, arquebuses trying their best, but yeah, it's not going to be enough. Those medieval early firearms are just not going to be able to compare against an Aztec man trained with a bow. As we can see, arrows narrowly passing by, already starting to cut down the arquebuses. These guys are definitely not going to be able to reload in time. I mean, the crossbowmen are going to have more of a chance. However, they're more likely to just hit the shields of the Jaguar warriors, or indeed the one remaining spear thrower. Yeah, as we can see, arquebuses starting to get those arrows pierced through their armor, as they're trying desperately to reload their arquebuses whilst backing off here. I think the crossbowman though might have a bit more of a chance. This guy's going to fall off before he can fire. Yep, there he goes. Where'd that crossbow bolt go? Here it is. Going, gone. Into his leg. Very nice. They've killed off one of the archers at least, but it's not going to be enough to save their arquebus force. They've only got one guy left on this side, and these few guys left on this side, and they're all trying to back it up. And they're all going to fall into the water because that's just the Tab's AI. Oh, very nearly. So yeah, I think down they start falling. The arquebuses have actually, some of them did manage to reload in time there, but yeah, they're really not in a good position here to well, get their arquebuses in position to actually fire. There goes the last one, and don't know where you just shot, my friend, but yeah, there he goes. So then goes the last conquistador in this case. Even so, that was very close. That was very, 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 very close. The Aztecs really did not clear up as much as I thought they would. Quite honestly, I mean, by the point that these guys, it was a foregone conclusion at that point, because yeah, these ranged units were definitely not going to compare against the bowmen of the Aztecs. But even so, comparing what they had at the beginning for melee units compared to what they have now, they've got one Jaguar warrior and they have got one regular Aztec warrior. All of the others are dead. All of them are dead right here, or from the original volley here, which cut down, what, about 10 to 15 Aztecs here, possibly even more than that. I mean, they cut down a lot of them. Maybe even as many as 20 Aztecs were cut down by the opening arquebus volley from those extra range units that I gave the conquistadors here. And then as for the rest of these guys, it was probably mostly actually the knights for the most part. Oh, is there actually? Oh no, there's actually three Jaguar warriors are actually still alive. These two are just sort of stuck, I think, in some bodies. Yeah, they're just sort of stuck on weapons. So they've actually got 3 Jaguar warriors and 1 regular warrior. But even so, yeah, those Conquistador knights really held the front line for the remaining Conquistadors, mostly the arquebuses, to reload and take out most of the remaining Aztec melee force. Then as for the rest of them, yeah, there's a big pile of Aztec bodies here. Considering the fact that the Spanish were outnumbered by 30 men at the beginning of this battle, having only this clump of archers left, really, as the Aztec force, that's... I mean, combining it with the melee units, they've got about, what, 10, 11 units left for the Aztecs? Out of 78, nearly 80 Aztecs, they lost 7/8 of their force to around half the same number of conquistadors. That's quite bad for the Aztecs. But they did win, as I thought. It wasn't a resounding victory. It was more of a Pyrrhic victory, if anything else, a costly victory for the Aztecs. But yeah, they did manage to do it. They did manage to do it. Which, yeah, you can see the thing counting up there. Yeah, so there you go. That was just hopefully a relatively quick video here, just showing off my new Conquistador faction and actually doing a more totally accurate battle in tabs against Aztecs and Conquistadors. So yeah, I'll thank you all for watching, and goodbye.